Welcome back to watching SABC News Channel. Now it's the big one if you're African. Nigeria's Super Eagles looking to soar above the Mighty Argentina. This, of course, their final group match at the FIFA World Cup. We're now going to be crossing to SABC News correspondent Nick Harper. Here's in New York City's neighborhood of Harlem in the USA. Of course, we're expecting great things. Nick, thank you very much for joining us on SABC News. It's the one that Africa is looking for. Besides the fact that we get another team at the knockout stages, we get a chance to beat Lionel Messi in Nigeria, that is.
Absolutely, yeah, this is the big one, not just for Nigeria, but really Africa as a whole. At the moment, Nigeria is the team that's won the most World Cup games across all competitions from the African continent. They're very hopeful about this one, riding high after their 2-0 defeat of Iceland at the end of last week. But they're up against the likes of Argentina, and of course that means up against Messi. A very important match against a very big team. Argentina at the moment are looking potentially to go out of the competition. Nigeria, if they win this, they'll go through. If they draw this, they could potentially go through as well, as long as the other game between Croatia and Iceland goes their way. For Argentina to progress, they absolutely need to win this game. So it's going to be a very tense 90 minutes, and of course the Nigerian fans will be very much behind the Super Eagles, supporting and cheering them on. We are here in Brooklyn, in the New York borough, in the Nigerian neighbourhood, really one of the large Nigerian communities within the New York area, packed full of people all along this street outside of us. There are bars and restaurants where people are gathering to watch the game. We're at one restaurant today, Buka Restaurant in Brooklyn. I'm joined by quite a few fans. I'm going to introduce you to some of them to talk to them about the importance of this game. If I can introduce you first to Ricardo, who's down here today, looking forward to the game. What are your hopes for the result?
First of all, just hoping that it's a good match, a competitive back and forth. And I'm looking for Nigeria to come strong when you have someone like Musa on the bench who can score at will, seemingly, and you have an Argentina with the morale really on the floor. You got to knock them out while they're weak. This is Argentina at their weakest, so it's time to pounce.
That's right, yeah. Ahmed Musa, the goal scorer, 2 goals against Iceland just a few days ago. Do you think, though, he will be able to rival the likes of Messi on the pitch?
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't think he's starting today. I don't think he's in a starting 11. But when you have him as a weapon on the bench, just to have that weapon available, he can win you. He can win you the game. He can change a game in a matter of minutes. So I think they're going with a bit of a safer approach to the game initially, but they know they got to deliver that knockout punch. Musa comes off the bench and it's over.
Now look, Argentina and Nigeria have played, I believe, 5 times before. This is game 6. Nigeria have never beaten Argentina. Do you think it might change today?
Yeah, I mean, especially given how Argentina has been looking. They don't look like the Argentina of old. I think the stats don't matter on the game like today. History is great to look at, but let's make new history. Why not?
Absolutely. And you're here in the heart of the Nigerian community. Why was it important for you to be here today rather than, say, watching at home?
Well, I think it's important, first of all, to support our community, our businesses, make sure that they continue to flourish. And this is where we all get together to watch the game. So it's about our community. It's about pushing and you know, it's one thing. I watch it at home, no big deal, but businesses like this are so important to the community and the surrounding areas, especially with neighborhoods changing. So they can take my money, so I want to see them succeed.
And of course, here in New York City, I mean, it is a melting pot of different African communities. The African diaspora very strong, but the Nigerian community here very large as well.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Not just here, but also in Coney Island, a big Nigerian community. So it is a lot of fun to see just how diverse everything is and how it brings us all together. Not just culturally, but the football, the World Cup, what it does to bring so many of us from so many different places rooting for a team like Nigeria. So it is a wonderful thing for us to enjoy here in New York City. We're very privileged.
And you haven't got it in your hands right now, but I saw that you brought a very special prop with you. Do you mind just grabbing that? Because Ricardo brought a prop along with him, hoping that this will soon be in the hands of the Nigerian. Is this a mascot for you at most games?
I think it's important to have this for any football fan. You want to Who doesn't want this trophy though? It's just beautiful to look at, and then I wake up every morning and I look at it. It's the first thing I see when I wake up. It's the last thing I see when I go to sleep. So any talisman for good luck, I'm bringing it with us.
Wonderful. Well, look, Ricardo, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you again.
Good luck. The game is due to get underway in a few minutes' time. I'll let you go get your seat.
Sounds good.
Get relaxed ahead of the game. Thank you.
Come through.
I'd also like to introduce you to another Nigerian supporter who is down here today. I'm just going to give him a shout. Bear with me 1 second. Here we've got Dayu, who I met at the last Nigerian match against Iceland. He was one of the more vocal supporters in this bar in Brooklyn. Dayu, thanks for being with us today. What do you think will be the result? What's your prediction?
I'm looking for a 2-1 Nigeria win. The way Messi's been playing lately and the way the team has been playing and the turmoil they're going through, I hope it, plays to our advantage.
Well, the Super Eagles, I mean, they're going into this having won their last game. Do you think that boost will help today's performance?
Oh, I think so. Confidence. Definitely. And also, we have Nigeria's spirit that's behind them, and I think they can feel that, all over the world.
Well, that's it. I mean, we're seeing the spirit here. This place is filling up. It's really filled up in the last 15 minutes. It's probably likely to get more packed. How important do you think this is to have support like this behind the team, not just in Nigeria, not just in Russia, but in places like New York?
As you can see, it's a diverse crowd, and I think last time we were here, we won because you guys were here. So keep filming, keep bringing the luck. And we got a good shot.
I didn't want to suggest that we were the lucky talisman, but I like your line of thinking on this one.
Listen, I take everything I can get right now. We are going to take everything we can get. Trust me, we need everything we can get. Well, listen, hopefully we can keep Messi a little bit under control.
Well, listen, hopefully I can catch up with you at half-time to see how you feel the first half has gone. Hopefully there's a couple of goals in the right net by then.
Because if it's not a goal, if we're down, I don't know if I'll be cheering. I don't know if I'll be able to do an interview if we're down. Hopefully your luck will give us a goal or something.
Hopefully cheering as opposed to tearing up.
I like that.
Thank you.
Please, I like that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Lovely to have you here today. Enjoy the game. Well, there are just a couple of the Nigerian fans who have showing their support here in this Brooklyn borough of New York City. Huge amounts of support behind the team. But as I mentioned a moment ago, Nigeria have never beaten Argentina. Fans here think that this could potentially be the time that they're going to do it. If you look back at history, they haven't so far. Fingers crossed for this game.
Nick Harper, thank you very much indeed for joining us all the way from Harlem in New York. We'll be coming to you at halftime, and hopefully, as Dayu said, it will be 1-0 or 2-0 up to Nigeria, and we'll catch up with Nick later. That is, of course, SABC News senior correspondent coming to us live from New York and Harlem, as you can see there. In fact, I don't know if we can bring you the live pictures quickly. There we see the likes of Lionel Messi lining up Nigeria.